Hello guys, welcome back to Soma Talks, the podcast where we explore the powerful and yet very practical ways in which your body and mind shape one another. Today we are diving into something very specific, for some of you maybe something completely new, something you've never heard about maybe. These are mudras. You might have seen people meditating with their index fingers and thumbs touching, or pressing their hands together at their heart in a so-called prayer pose. Those are exactly mudras. But they are more than just hand gestures. There is the meaning behind them. Mudras are a bridge between spiritual traditions and neuroscience. They are a bridge between your body and mind. And in today's episode, we'll explore what mudras really are, where they come from, how they work, and how to begin using them. So this is exactly our today's agenda. We will start with explaining what are mudras. We will discuss their origins and symbolism behind them. Then we will answer the question how mudras connect the body and mind. What are common mudras and what do they mean? Then we will move on to the scientific background of mudras and the benefits of them proven by scientists. And lastly, we will answer two questions: why mudras work and how to start using them in your daily life. To begin with, what are mudras? The word mudra comes from Sanskrit, obviously, often translated as gesture or mark. Mudras are symbolic hand positions used in meditation, yoga, and many sacred rituals. At their core, mudras are gestures typically made with the hands and fingers. They represent or evoke specific mental states, intentions, or energies. In yoga and meditation, they serve as tools to enhance concentration, direct prana means life force, and body-mind alignment. They always carry a certain meaning, of course. Each finger, each position matters. Mudras are used to direct energy in the body, shift your mental state, and even support physical healing. There are hundreds of mudras described across various traditions. Some ancient texts list over 108 distinct mudras. However, in practical yoga and meditation, about 25 up to 30 mudras are commonly used, primarily involving the hands, and this category of mudras is called hasta mudras. There are also eye mudras, like drishti, body postures, kaya mudras, and lock gestures, bandha mudras. Each influence different aspects of our mind and body. Here's what makes mudras really fascinating. Each finger represents one of the 5 elements, so earth, water, fire, air, or ether. Different mudras bring these elements into balance or emphasis, creating subtle shifts in energy within your body. The pressure and position of fingers stimulate also nerve endings and energy meridians. This is very similar to acupuncture or reflexology. So think of mudras as those tiny rituals which are deeply symbolic. With just your hands, you can anchor focus and regulate your nervous system. And now we will move to origins and the symbolism behind mudras. In fact, mudras trace back thousands of years to the Vedic traditions of India. You'll find them in Hinduism, Buddhism, and later in tantric practices and classical yoga. Each finger is associated with a natural element. So, thumb, fire, index finger, air, middle finger, space, ring finger, earth, and little finger, water. So, for example, when you bring your thumb to your index finger in Jnana Mudra, you're bringing together fire and air in order to foster knowledge, clarity, and mental awakening. In Buddhist iconography, you'll notice statues of Buddha holding different mudras. These are not just decorative, but they express spiritual states like fearlessness, compassion, teaching, or enlightenment. So after this short explanation of symbols behind mudras, we also should explore the ways in which mudras connect the body and mind. Why mudras are so meaningful. In yogic philosophy, the body has nadis, or so-called energy channels, through which prana, or life force, flows. Mudras are thought to redirect this energy. Some people compare it to the function of acupuncture points. But there's a modern explanation too. When you place your hands in a specific mudra, your brain recognizes this gesture. It's like a code to your nervous system. It shifts your posture, it slows your breath, it can even change your heart rate. So then mudras become a kind of neurological shortcut. It is a way to signal to your whole nervous system, saying it's time to calm down, it's time to focus, it's time to connect. The most common mudras include 8 examples. You can try all of them, and this is what they are used for. Firstly, Jnana Mudra, called Mudra of Knowledge. The gesture is tip of thumb touches tip of index finger. The elements linked to this mudra are fire and air. The benefits are that it enhances memory, clarity, wisdom, and even spiritual insight. It is mostly used in meditation, especially by yogis and sages. The second example is Chin Mudra, gesture of consciousness. This is the same gesture as Jnana Mudra, but palm faces down, so it's resting on knees. And it symbolizes the unity of individual and universal consciousness. We have the third mudra, which is very popular. It's called Anjali Mudra, so the prayer gesture. I'm sure you have seen that, palms pressing together at the heart center. The symbolism behind it means respect, gratitude, unity, and devotion. It is used in greetings like namaste, worship, and centering oneself. The fourth example is Abhaya Mudra, gesture of fearlessness. Putting right hand raised up, but palm is outward and fingers are up as well. The symbolism behind is protection, peace, and dispelling fear. We have also fifth example of mudra, Varada Mudra. It's a gesture of giving or even compassion. It's about putting left hand open and extended down. The symbolism is charity, compassion, fulfillment of your wishes. Next, Dhyana Mudra. It's a meditation gesture. So hands are resting on lap, right hand over left, thumbs touching to form a triangle. The symbolism is balance, inner harmony, and meditation. It's common in images of the meditating Buddha, for example. Seventh, Shuni Mudra, Mudra of patience and discipline. The gesture is that thumb touches the middle finger, and the elements involved are fire and space. The benefits that are associated to Shuni Mudra are patience, stability, and discernment. Last but not least, we have Surya Mudra. Surya means sun from Sanskrit, so it's Sun Mudra. The gesture is ring finger pressing down by thumb. The elements are fire, which dominates the earth. It boosts metabolism, reduces sluggishness, and stimulates body heat. I suggest you that you can try holding one mudra position for 5 up to 10 minutes while breathing gently. Notice then how it feels in your body and if it impacts your brain and your mind. Now let's talk shortly about the scientific background behind mudras. What are the scientifically proven benefits of such practices? So, in other words, does it really work? Let's explore that. While Western science hasn't studied mudras as much as we'd like to, here's what we do know. Regarding heart rate variability, HRV, studies show that incorporating mudras into meditation can enhance HRV. It's a key marker of healthy, adaptable nervous system. In simple terms, that means better stress resilience and emotional regulation. Another set of mudras benefits pertain to posture and breath. Many mudras naturally guide your hands and arms into positions that support an upright spine. And good posture isn't, of course, just physical. It improves lung capacity, breathing quality, and mental alertness. We also have neuroplasticity. The brain basically loves patterns. When you repeat intentional symbolic gestures like mudras, you're reinforcing neural pathways linked to calmness, focus, and self-regulation. It's like training your nervous system to default to peace. There is also an anecdotal evidence, because while scientific data is still growing, countless yogis worldwide, meditators and healers report experiencing greater concentration, emotional clarity, and relief from anxiety, insomnia, and overall tension, all from consistent mudra practice. Of course, this is really difficult to prove scientifically. It's based on their subjective feelings, which also come in play while mentioning mudra's benefits. Now let's ask ourselves why mudras work. Here's a thought. Whether mudras channel energy or simply remind your nervous system to regulate, they work because you're paying attention to them. It becomes a mindfulness practice. Basically, when you form a mudra with your fingers, you're creating a mindful moment of intention. The mudra becomes a mindfulness anchor, something tangible that keeps your awareness grounded in the present. It acts as a neurological cue, a physical gesture that your brain begins to associate with calm, clarity, or focus. Over time, it becomes a somatic command sent to your brain. It's a nonverbal way of telling your body that it's safe, it can relax. So whether you believe mudras are redirecting prana or simply calming your mind through physical feedback, either way, they work because you're engaging consciously with them. Again, you don't need to accept chakras, nadis, or energy systems. These gestures work because they function as intentional anchors, helping the mind pause and the nervous system relax. Additionally, both Hatha Yoga Pradipika and Jnana Samhita, these are the foundational yogic texts, they describe mudras not as ornamentation, but as essential practices for steadying the body and guiding energy, it is prana, upward. Mudras serve to activate or seal key energetic roads for deeper spiritual transformation. The last question is how to start. How do you begin using mudras? Honestly, start simple. In your next meditation, maybe try Jnana Mudra just for 5 minutes. Notice your breath, notice your thoughts, and that's it. Just be mindful. Or hold Anjali Mudra before bed and whisper a word of gratitude. Or maybe use Anjali Mudra before finishing your yoga practice. You don't need to believe in energy channels or chakras, as I mentioned before. Additionally, when mudras are paired with breath practice, they may amplify benefits. Many studies show that conscious yogic breath reliably enhances parasympathetic response, which may support deeper mental clarity and balance and the overall feeling of peace. In fact, the mudras are very tangible elements of our emotional regulation and mind and body connection. It's not that easy to simply talk about them, but it's more important to practice them, to check how they look like, and just start implementing them in our everyday life, in our daily meditation, in yoga practice, and so on. Mudras are a beautiful reminder that the tools for peace, balance, and focus are already within us. They are already part of us. Literally, we have them available in our hands, in our fingertips. It means that mudras are simple, yet purposeful. Whether you see them as energetic seals or mindful anchors, it doesn't matter. What matters is your intention and your focus. In time, these gestures help you to reset, calm, and return to presence. And this is what matters. This is the final goal of the body and mind connection. That's it for today. I hope you got inspired with this episode. And again, I'm really happy to have you here. Stay tuned for the next episodes that are coming. Thanks for listening, and until next time. Soma Talks, Agata Daras.